So once again, to another one of our informative podcasts where you can find out a whole load of things. I get to hear from some incredible people. Today is no exception because I'm pleased to be joined by Yvonne Clarke, who is the Managing Director of Pathways CIC. Hello to you, Yvonne.
Hello there, how are you?
I'm very good indeed. Pathways CIC. So let's get to the bottom of it. What's all that about? Tell us what you do, if you would, please, Yvonne.
Right, so we're a social enterprise, so that means we're a not-for-profit organisation. And our role is about supporting to reduce health inequalities generally. So we support people who are unemployed with health conditions to move closer to work. We support people who are in work, who are off sick to move back into work more quickly than without an intervention. And we have a personalised care training academy. And we're also a host employer for social prescription, which is one of the things that I'm going to talk about today.
Well, indeed, yeah. Now, social prescription in a nutshell. Tell us what that's all about. We know what a prescription is like when you go to the chemist and what have you. This is something a little bit different, but the principle's the same. So tell us a little bit about that, if you would, please, Yvonne.
Yes, certainly. Well, when you think about your health, it's like a three-legged stool. You've got your mental health, you've got your physical health, and also you've got social factors that affect you. And actually, if any of those are out of kilter, then it makes all of your health out of kilter. So, for example, if you go and see your GP about your mental well-being in terms of, say, for example, you're feeling quite anxious, but if the root cause of that anxiety is down to, say, for example, financial concerns as a consequence of the cost of living crisis, and that's resulted in relationship difficulties, etc., then actually there's not a lot that your GP can do about those root causes. So the idea about social prescription is to recognise that when we look at somebody's health and well-being, we need to do that holistically. And your GP can support you with your physical and your mental health, but actually you need some further support around your social well-being. So social prescribing, it deals with those issues. So it looks at things like supporting people who feel isolated, to find connections in the community. It might be about looking at community groups that are out there, whether it's art therapy, whether it's reading, whether it's also about issues to deal with your finances or your houses, anything that impacts on you socially. So the real positive thing is social prescription has been around a long time. It's been called lots of different things, but actually it's only very recently that it's been available in your GP surgery. And so therefore, it's something whereby you can ring up your GP surgery. You don't need to speak to your GP to access social prescribing. But if you feel that it's something that would help you, you can just ring up your GP practice and ask to speak to your social prescriber.
Right. I mean, I get it in terms of, the wide range of people that this might affect. I mean, what about ages? I mean, do you have like parameters on the ages of people that you can deal with, minimums to maximums?
Yeah, in terms of most services support people aged 16 plus, and there are some very specific services for children and young people as well. But I have to say nationally, 16 plus there are services available. So it doesn't matter how old you are, if you're caring for somebody or if you're lonely as an old person, etc., then the service is there for you. And I say there are some services in particular areas looking at children's support as well.
Right, got it. And the interesting thing, because one of the things I find fascinating about doing podcasts like this is getting to find out about this new terminology. I hadn't come across social prescribing until, I've been speaking to the likes of you guys over here. What about the uptake for the requirement of this service? I would imagine quite widespread.
Absolutely. I have to say then, it's people really like it when they get into it. And the reason behind it starts from the point of what matters to me. So what matters to you as an individual. So it's not about the social prescriber saying, well, actually, looking at your needs, then we think this is the best thing for you. The whole idea about it is it focuses on what's important to you and it will support you through that particular journey. nationally. As a consequence of that, then we have really good outcomes for people. People really like it. GPs like it as well, from the point of view it's providing a service that they can't provide themselves, and as a consequence, people are going to see their GP for things that they can help people with. And I have to say, there's a really, really good uptake nationally.
Yeah, no, it sounds like a tremendous service and very much needed in the kind of conditions that we live in these days. If people want to find out more about Pathways CIC, how can they do that, Yvonne?
Yes, certainly. We've got a website. So if you search on Google for Pathways Community Interest Company or Pathways CIC, you'll find us there.
Brilliant. Sounds good to me. Yvonne, an absolute pleasure speaking to you. Thank you very much for spending some time with us today.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, there you are. Yet more information for you to digest. Wonderful, wonderful organisation, and feel free to get in touch with them should you need the kind of things that they can offer you. And thank you very much indeed for watching this podcast.